I worked the closing shift at a grocery store in Northern California for almost 6 years. Late nights were usually dull, restocking shelves, mopping floors, waiting for the clock to hit midnight. The store was nearly empty that night. It was around 10:40 p.m., and only a handful of customers were still inside. Fluorescent lights buzzed overhead, and a soft instrumental version of a pop song played through the speakers. Normal. Predictable. That's when I noticed the man in aisle 7. He was standing completely still, facing the cereal shelf.
No cart. No basket.
Just standing there with his hands at his sides. At first, I assumed he was deciding what to buy. But after 10 minutes passed and he hadn't moved an inch, I felt uneasy. I approached him and asked, "Sir, can I help you find something?" He didn't turn around. "I already found it," he said calmly. I walked away, telling myself not to overthink it. But every time I glanced toward aisle 7 from the register, he was still there. Same position. Same silence. At 11:05 p.m., my manager asked me to check the aisle again before closing. When I went back, the man was gone, but his presence hadn't left. The cereal boxes on the shelf were rearranged into a neat square pattern, all facing inward, like they were hiding something. In the center of the floor was a handwritten note. It said, "You're standing where she fell." My stomach tightened. I radioed my manager immediately. Before he arrived, the overhead lights flickered, just once. When they stabilized, I noticed something else. A dark stain on the floor beneath, where the man had been standing. It looked old, like it had been scrubbed many times, but never fully removed. The police arrived after closing. While they took statements, one officer asked me if I knew about the incident from 3 years earlier. I didn't. He told me a woman had collapsed in aisle 7 in 2015. A sudden aneurysm. She died before paramedics arrived. According to reports, several customers walked past her before anyone noticed she was on the floor. Security footage from that night was reviewed. The cameras clearly showed the man entering the store. They did not show him leaving. Even worse, when the footage zoomed in, the officer pointed something out that made my skin crawl. The man never blinked. The store closed for 1 day for maintenance. Management told us not to talk about it. The stain in aisle 7 was finally replaced with new flooring. But I still avoid that aisle when I shop there. Because sometimes when the store is quiet and the music is low, I swear I see someone standing perfectly still, waiting for someone else to notice.